Before Emily could react, Clarissa was already moving. With surprising strength and efficiency, Clarissa helped lift her from the spa chair and settled her into a nearby wheelchair. The seat was padded and cozy, deceptively comfortable, but Emily sensed something was wrong. She tried to push herself back up, but Clarissa was faster. Soft, wide straps wrapped around Emily's wrists, buckling with a click against the chair's arms. Another set bound her ankles to the footrests. She squirmed, her padded bottom shifting noisily against the seat, but it was useless. She was restrained tight. Panic surged. Her pacifier fell from her mouth as she shouted, "What are you doing? Let me go." Clarissa calmly retrieved the fallen pacifier, sighing with disappointment. "Tisk, tisk," she scolded in the same tone one might use with a misbehaving toddler. Such a fussy little girl. Before Emily could yell again, she felt something rubbery press against her lips, a new pacifier, but this one was different. Straps wrapped around the sides of her head, buckling securely at the back, holding the bulb firmly in her mouth. She whimpered in protest, but all that came out was a muffled whine. "There we go," Clarissa cooed, patting Emily's bonnet head. "Much better." With casual ease, Clarissa moved behind the wheelchair and began pushing her through the spa corridors. The hallways were deserted. No one was there to see Emily's humiliation. Soft music played overhead, eerily at odds with the tightening knot of fear in Emily's stomach. At the end of a long hall, they approached a heavy-looking door, reinforced with steel bands and an electronic panel. Clarissa pulled out a badge and tapped it against the scanner. The lock clicked open with a mechanical buzz. Clarissa wheeled Emily inside. The room beyond was surreal. It was an observation area, a wide ceiling-to-floor window stretched across one side, looking down on an enormous, colorful playroom. And inside, it was filled with adults, at least 20 of them, dressed from head to toe like babies. Some crawled across the padded floor in thick, crinkly diapers and pastel onesies. Others toddled clumsily on chubby legs, holding onto oversized toys or wobbling after big rubber balls. Everywhere Emily looked, there were cribs, playpens, giant foam blocks, and high chairs, all scaled for adult sizes. The teachers, clearly staff members in cheerful pastel uniforms, moved among them, wiping noses, cooing at them, bottle-feeding some, and changing others' diapers openly on enormous padded changing tables. Emily's eyes locked onto one woman being changed. She lay passively on her back, legs spread helplessly. A smiling attendant powdered her generously, humming a nursery rhyme. The woman giggled, clapping her mittened hands as the fresh diaper was snugly taped up. There was no shame in her face. No awareness. Only simple, unfiltered baby joy. Emily shuddered, her heart hammering against her ribs. Clarissa leaned down next to her, speaking sweetly into her ear. "I know it's a lot to take in, Princess. Let me explain." She gently stroked Emily's hair as she spoke, as if comforting a confused toddler. The Rejuvenate program is free, but there's a small requirement attached to the contract you signed. You must recommend the service to 3 people you know. Family, friends, coworkers, doesn't matter. Convince them to come try it. Emily stared wide-eyed through the window, the pacifier straps tugging at her cheeks. And if you don't? Clarissa's voice softened to a purr. Then by contract, you renounce your legal adulthood. Rejuvenate becomes your guardian. Clarissa gestured to the playroom beyond. Just like them. Emily blinked rapidly, taking a closer look. None of the adult babies looked upset or resistant. They weren't trying to escape. They weren't crying for help. They were playing with plush blocks, babbling nonsense to each other, shaking rattles and sucking on bottles with vacant, blissful smiles. They had become real babies in mind and spirit. Clarissa whispered, "They're just waiting for their new mommies and daddies to come adopt them." A cold dread settled over Emily. Clarissa wheeled her back into the hallway without waiting for Emily to process more. Down another corridor, they arrived at a new room. It was decorated like a nursery, but everything was adult-sized. A towering white crib with soft, pink bedding. A giant rocking chair. A low, colorful bookshelf filled with baby books. A toy chest brimming with rattles, plushies, and teething toys the size of dinner plates. A mobile spinning lazily overhead, projecting tiny stars across the ceiling. Clarissa pushed the wheelchair right up beside the crib. "Now, sweetheart," she said with mock sternness, "Mommy's going to put you down for a nap so you can think about your decision." Her hands deftly released the wrist and ankle straps. Emily considered struggling, just for a moment, but the memory of those babies downstairs, mindlessly giggling in their diapers, paralyzed her. She allowed Clarissa to guide her into the giant crib. The mattress was firm but cozy, the sheets cool against her bare legs. The rails slid up with a click, locking her inside. Clarissa tucked a stuffed unicorn into Emily's arms and patted her thickly diapered bottom through the frilly romper. "I'll give you some time, little princess. Think carefully." She turned off the main lights, leaving a soft nightlight glowing, and started a lullaby melody on a nearby speaker. The mobile spun slowly above, glittering stars dancing across the darkened ceiling. Emily lay there, trapped in a nest of childishness, her mind racing. Could she really turn 3 people into what she almost became? Would they forgive her? Could she even live with herself after doing something so monstrous? But the alternative. She pictured herself, months from now, dressed in nothing but pink diapers and onesies, crawling on padded floors, wetting herself without thought. Her adult mind faded into oblivion, waiting to be adopted like a puppy at the pound. She whimpered behind her gagged pacifier, tears welling in her eyes. She didn't want to hurt anyone. She didn't want to become a mindless baby. Her legs curled up against her chest instinctively, the thick padding squishing reassuringly between her thighs. What choice did she have? The soothing music, the warmth of the unicorn plush, the softness of the diaper cradling her. It all worked against her willpower, lulling her deeper into a drowsy, confused haze. She sucked absently on her pacifier, the motion comforting even as her heart broke. Her eyelids drooped. The last thing she saw before sleep claimed her was the glittering mobile spinning above. And the haunting question echoed in her mind as she drifted off. Who would I choose?